Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boys. Between 1984 and 1992, they made the playoffs every year. It would in those years they made 2 NBA finals and won both of them. And why were they nicknamed the Bad Boys? Well, they were tough, aggressive, rough, and dirty at times. I think, as I say in the video, we should respect them more. And if you're gonna, I bet you're saying now, why would we respect people that were dirty and would try to hurt their players on purpose? Well, here's the thing: if you're gonna, that's easy for you to say now. But that in those days, things were a lot different. You could basketball was basketball. Fouls were different. You didn't have guys like pretending like they got hurt and guys falling over when they just get a little shove. That's my opinion of the NBA right now, and that's why I can't stand to watch in the NBA right now. That's why I miss the good old days. Anyway, let that go. That's stuff for another video. So in those days, the team was the core was Dennis Rodman, Joe Staley, Bill Laimbeer, and Isaiah Thomas. In that time, Dennis Rodman won Defensive Player of the Year twice. Demonize won Finals MVP. Then Isaiah won the Finals MVP. And then twice Isaiah won the ASG MVP. And, of course, all of them were multi-time All-Stars. Well, except Staley, I think. And they should be respected, not just as their legacy. Well, they should be respected. Isaiah, all the stuff with the Knicks, just we're talking about him as a player, not as an executive and all that. So let that go for now. People need to really shut up because, yes, they played dirty. Yes, they played aggressive. Yes, yes, they were the Bad Boys. But at the same time, if you dislike them, and if you hate them, and you want to beat them, then beat them! Don't cower between your legs after you get beat by them and complain and complain and complain. Oh, they did this to me. Oh, they did that to me. Sit down, shut up, and beat them. And you know what? They couldn't beat them because they were good. And now, now I'd like to tell you my personal as being a Celtics fan and the infamous incident between Laimbeer and the Celtics, with all that, going on and the punches being thrown. The thing is, we did the same thing, the Celtics, in the 81 finals. No, excuse me, 84 finals, between the Lakers, and that infamous shot where Kevin McHale clotheslines Kurt Rambis when he's going to the rim. And also, everybody was dirty at some times. Maybe not as much as the Pistons, but everybody played aggressive. Everyone was rough and tough. But the Knicks just were better at it, and that's why everybody complained. And I just really hate to see that people just want to criticize and criticize and criticize and criticize. They were a damn good team. And I will never take that away from them. They were a damn good team. They were run right with Chuck Daly, and they had a good GM. And they had a good owner. So if you want to keep criticizing them, go ahead. But in my opinion, they were one of the greatest teams of all time in their era. They shouldn't be remembered just as being the bad guys and the Bad Boys. They should be remembered as good players, great players, and some of them that made it to the Hall of Fame, and that should be immortalized and not demonized. For they accomplished some good stuff, winning back-to-back championships and beating my Celtics and taking over the NBA for their short time before they were eventually, when they had to pass the torch to the Bulls, who would take over the 90s. So, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to make more soon.